Good afternoon. It is July 23rd, 2025, and the price action for today, the market reopened yesterday right here. So we had this big bull bar, and then we had some upward movement until we had an overshoot of this channel that started yesterday. And when we overshoot a channel, we usually get a break, and that's what happened. So you get this bear channel, and then you get this pretty flat bull channel here before this breakout. We went sideways a little bit, and then we just broke out of the range and hit a measured move. So it looks like we'll close on the daily chart close to the high. We broke out above this price level, and that's a good sign for the bulls that this market is, still trending higher. Um, So another fairly low volume day. So let's see this to here, 147 bars as of right now. So very low volume days the past, well, today's Wednesday. So this whole week really. So, maybe there's always a couple weeks in the summer that are super slow, uh, where I'm guessing a lot of people are taking vacations and stuff, but you would think a lot of the volume's still going because of these firms and these institutions. So not really sure what's happening, but let's take a look. So again, this bull channel started yesterday, and so when the market reopened yesterday afternoon, you get this big move up. And let me center this more on the screen. You can fit all of today's price action in here. I won't even have to scroll. Okay, so get the overshoot, and 5 o'clock comes in when you're looks like pulling back. Okay, we already pulled back to the EMA, so we're kind of forming this level of resistance up here. Um, and honestly, when this bar finishes with such a large tail on top, I'd think about dropping limit orders in right here, uh, to go short, especially when you're not far from the EMA. Then you make this lower high, it goes lower. And this is a bear channel, but there's not really an easy way to get in on this. And it's probably a little steeper. If you want to really be a stickler for how it's drawn, it's probably something more like that. And so you get some congestion right here. We break out and form this bull channel. So can't go long right here. Now we have a gap above the EMA, and the bias is up, and you're expecting a test of this high. So I think it's reasonable to consider getting long in here, but this isn't a good setup. You got three dojis in a row below the EMA. So you do get a second entry long right here, and I think that's reasonable. Not the greatest for a swing, just because you're entering long in the middle of that channel, but I think you can scalp here. Um, you could argue this one too, but I'd prefer that having a bigger bull body. It's really just a doji, but it breaks out, and I would just recommend when this bar closes. I mean, this is a strong bull bar. Consider getting long. You're going into these highs is the problem, but when you get this bull bar, that's a strong bull move, and so you can expect at least a little bit of upward movement. And so I would consider limit orders in here, and we do go higher. And this looks like it's like a range, and you can see we formed this price level right here. Probably just prices finding support at the top of this channel, and then we found support again. Um, so, this looks like a good high or low, but it does appear that we might be in a range, and if that's the case, you're entering into the midline. So that's where you need to be careful. We break out. I think this is a reasonable place to consider getting short right here. But you can see it doesn't go very far. Plenty of room back to the EMA. This is this is pretty aggressive though. I mean, clearly look at that bull move, but these bars aren't really that big, you know. They're not as big as this, for example. And then the failed breakout fails, and we break out and hit a measured move perfectly to the tick, and then you get this second entry long that looks like it might have trapped some people. What could keep you out of that? Well, we hit that measured move, so it's reasonable to expect 10 bars and 2 legs of correction, as Al Brooks says. So this is looking like a bear channel. Um, maybe now would be a good limit order, perhaps. Um, but that looks like a good second entry long setup, but it's not off a trend line. You might think there's a trend line here or something. Not off a trend line, so you just got to be careful. Um, is all it is. So here's one last look at the daily chart. We got 15 minutes till the market closes to the public, and about an hour and 15 minutes before this bar closes. So we'll see if it closes near its high as it is right now. Here's the weekly chart. We got 2 more days in the week. And the monthly chart is looking like a strong bull bar, but a small body. So I hope everyone had a good day, and I'll be back tomorrow.